Well, obviously he's an incredible player, and governing bodies made a decision. They went and did that, and he's cleared to play. And that's pretty much what I have to say about it. All the best to him at the U.S. Open, and I'm just excited about me doing my thing at the Open.
I mean, it's tough to say. Everyone's gonna have, I guess, everyone's gonna have their own opinion, but it's pretty irrelevant at the end of the day because what the truth of the matter is always going to be between him and his team. And, I trust that whoever, like, the whole investigative process was done properly. I think the only thing I will say is I think there's a lot of people that get suspended and can't play for a while because they either miss their tests, the random testing, which, by the way, it's not whatever someone might tell you, it's not that hard to miss a test or two. And so people get banned off missing 3 of those. It's kind of hard to miss a third one. You should probably lock it down once you get 2 strikes, but there's crazy situations where that happens. So, I think a lot of people get banned for unfortunate reasons, and I guess in this ruling they've found that it's different, and there's no ban, and I trust that he wasn't at fault or purposely doing anything. I just think that it should be consistent across the board with bans and who gets banned, who doesn't get banned, who gets suspended, doesn't get suspended.
Well, instances like this are the very reason why we founded PTPA. The ethos of PTPA is the player, is representing 100% the player's rights, and making sure that you can cover every possible corner there is to cover so that the player is able to not only endure on the tour, but to live out of the sport. And we talked about the depth of the rankings and the players that are able to live out of the sport, and I think that needs to be improved. So there's a lot of topics that are being talked about and being worked on from the PTPA standpoint, and PTPA has not yet been, I think, acknowledged as much as we would like it to be acknowledged in the ecosystem. There are many reasons why, but I'm not going to get into that. And as far as Yannick's case, as I said, these kind of instances are the very reason why we founded PTPA, that is always advocating for fair protocols, clear protocols, for standardized approaches to this kind of cases. And I understand that the frustration of the players is there because of lack of consistency. And as I understood, his case was cleared the moment basically it was announced. But, I think 5 or 6 months passed since the news was brought to him and his team. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of issues in the system. We see lack of standardized and clear protocols. I can understand the sentiments of a lot of players that are questioning whether they are treated the same. And hopefully the governing bodies of our sport will be able to learn from this case and have a better approach for the future. I think collectively there has to be a change. And I think that's obvious. And many players, without naming any of them, I'm sure you know already who these players are, have had similar or pretty much the same cases where they haven't had the same outcome, and now the question is whether it is a case of the funds, whether a player can afford to pay a significant amount of money for a law firm that would then more efficiently represent his or her case. I don't know. Is that a case or not? That's something that we really, I feel like, collectively have to investigate more, look into the system and understand how these cases don't happen. How, meaning not the case itself, but how we can standardize everything so that every player, regardless of his ranking or status or profile, is able to get the same kind of treatment. So yeah, I would say that's probably the overall, I guess, my opinion and observation of this entire case, of what we've been reading and observing and talking about the last few days.
Well, it's a really difficult moment for him, that's for sure. It is complicated. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it is complicated, but obviously, what I can say, I mean, in English it's gonna be difficult for me to explain myself, but I'll try. Well, I believe in a clean sport, so I don't know too much about that. You know, I'm pretty sure that there are a lot of things that we don't know. You know, inside the team or inside, you know, everything. But you know, if they let Yannick to keep playing is for something. So I mean, he said, or they said, he's innocent. So that's all I know, and that's all I can talk about.
It's not